Testing 1, 2. All right, we are live. Again, we are live streaming on the world's #1 website. It's called YouTube. A lot of people use it. So, now that we are live, we can get started editing real estate photography. Welcome, class. Welcome to today's live stream. All right, we are live. Now that I have everything set up, we can just take a quick look at today's wonderful property. I have about 7 other jobs to do. So basically that means I'm going to spend as little time on this property as possible. We are going to get in and out as quick as possible. But it should be a lot of fun. Basically, I'm going to show you how to stop being a peasant and become a professional in Photoshop. Hopefully you can learn how to do that and then make millions of dollars like me, and then eventually get sponsorships and endorsement deals like I have just secured this week actually. We are now officially sponsored by Lamborghini. Yes, that is literally my favorite car that I own. Again, I have several Porsches and things like that, but the Lambo is definitely my favorite. This is actually not my Lamborghini right here. Mine is orange with black rims, but mine is a drop top and it has a black cover basically. So it's actually even better than the one on your screen. But today's sponsors are not just Lambo, it's actually the Home Depot, Rolex, and none other than Mountain Dew. Yeah, Mountain Dew is absolutely delicious. It's absolutely fantastic, just like this property here. So just going through these very quickly, just giving you an idea of what I will be editing for the next 7.5 hours. So buckle up, it's going to be a lot of fun. Why will it take 7.5 hours to get through this? Because you're probably going to be asking me a lot of questions throughout that I will not be answering, but it does take a long time for me to sit here and basically ignore you and wait for you to stop asking questions. So there's that, and then there's this thing called Camera Raw, and I'm going to just start bringing these images right into Camera Raw and making some basic adjustments to them. Again, just cooling down the color temperature, making sure things look nice. Don't want things to look like garbage. You want it to look good, kind of like a neon orange Lamborghini, which is, again, what I drive. I drive around in my Lambo sipping on ice cold Mountain Dew. If you're not driving around in a Lambo drinking Mountain Dew, then I really don't know what you're doing with your life, to be honest. I know the title of this video was how to basically stop being a peasant and turn into a professional, but at this point in your life, if you don't already own a Lambo and drive it around while drinking Mountain Dew, then it's probably hopeless for you. It is literally just hopeless for you. When you walked into my classroom today, I had a little bit of hope, but that hope is now gone. The hope officially left the building. Any remaining hope that I had for you has exited the building. It exited the building when I saw what was walking into my classroom today. It's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate, kind of like how crappy this sky looks. I might want to replace that. And it's very easy to do now with the peasant tools here in Photoshop. Because it used to be so difficult for the peasants to do sky replacements, Adobe finally had to sit down and say, the people that are using our programs, most of them are so incredibly dumb that we need a way for them to use it just by clicking a few buttons. So I'm going to show you the peasant way right now, which is probably the way that you'll be doing things. So you can just come up to edit and then hit this button right here. It says sky replacement. Yeah, you can hit that and it'll kind of do things for you. It does a crappy job for the most part, but if you're a peasant that doesn't have a Lambo, it'll probably be good enough for you. I mean, that's about it. It'll probably be good enough for you. So again, you can go under edit and then you click that button right there. And it has a bunch of really crappy images that you can just select from, or you can import your own by clicking this giant plus sign right there. So if you wanted to bring in your own, sky, you can do that. But I think I'm going to go with this crappy one because I just installed Photoshop again. I had to reformat my hard drive, so I don't have any other decent ones available. So I guess I'm just going to go with that. And as you can see, since I hit OK, here's everything that Photoshop did. Did a lot of basic stuff for you since you're a peasant. This is the peasant way to do a sky replacement. I'm not very happy with this. I don't think the sky looks terribly great, to be honest, but I did want to show you one of the tools that you'll probably be using. You know, they should really just call it the sky replacement tool for peasants. You know, I mean, that's really what they should call it. I might actually have to email Adobe now that I think about it. Should probably let them know that you're going to be using that tool an awful lot. It's really sad. Again, it's very, very sad. Again, I can't do anything for you. You're just a peasant. Unlike today's sponsor, again, Rolex. I have several Rolex watches. If you don't already have at least two, again, it's hopeless. It is just truly hopeless for you. They're not that expensive. They're not that expensive if you're financially savvy like me. Rolex watches are, dare I say, cheap. And that's not a reflection of the quality of the watches themselves. They're timeless pieces. I love my Rolex watches. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's just that I have so much money that it's basically just burning a hole in my pocket. You know, I mean, I've made so many financially wise business decisions over the last probably 20 years that I am basically bigger than some governments in the world. I can literally buy and run countries if I wanted to. That's more of a political thing. That's not really the area that I want to spend my time focusing on. Again, I don't really care about peasants, so I'm not in the business of charity. If I was, maybe I would buy like Brazil or something like that and then like make it better. But again, I don't really care, to be honest. You know, I'm too busy enjoying being a professional, making money using Photoshop, driving around in my drop top Lambo. Again, you need to aspire to be like me. You need to have hopes, aspirations, and dreams of no longer being you. That is today's lesson, class. Today's pro tip is no longer be you. Be more like me, Mr. 10 Million. That is I, Mr. 10 Million. And no, it's not Mr. 10 Million because I have $10 million. $10 million is a very tiny, that's chump change. Don't be ridiculous. It's Mr. 10 Million because I have over 10 million hours in Photoshop. Obviously. Obviously. So, back to how I make money in Photoshop. Basically what I'm doing now, again, is taking these images into Camera Raw. These are the basic images. I'm just trying to blast my way right through these. I like to call these the peasant images because they're the basics. These are what the peasant real estate agents like to buy most of the time because they're very cheap and they don't require anything extravagant because, again, they're peasants like you. So I like when people order the advanced images, which cost like 14 times as much. And then we can really just, charge them up the wazoo. But these are the basics. We're going to get to the advanced here in a minute. So if you can manage to have some sort of attention span longer than 5 minutes. We'll get to those very, very soon here, very shortly. If you can't maintain any sort of attention span, I get that. Again, you're a massive disappointment and a complete and total failure. So that's to be expected with you. But we will get to those advanced images very quickly here in a second. I'm basically just trying to... Yeah, I just wanted to bring those in a little bit. Bring those windows in. And even though the real estate agents aren't paying for editing and masking when it comes to bringing in the outside view of the windows, sometimes with the pros, I feel like throwing the peasants a bone. I do feel like doing charity work. That's why sometimes I will bring in the outside just a little bit. Not going to spend a lot of time. They're not paying for it. But that's a reflection of the overall perfectionist characteristics that I have of myself. Sometimes I like things to be perfect. You know, even if the peasant realtors don't deserve it, I do still like to do it sometimes. And again, the photographers and the spotlight here. He's not going to be sharing the spotlight with me. That's ridiculous. No. So he's gone. He's out of there. And again, I think I'll take this one and use it. Just copying and pasting. Copying and pasting. Flip it horizontally, Jimmy. Pay attention to this. Watch. This is wizardry in Photoshop. Magic. Wizardry magic here in Photoshop. Pay attention to what I'm doing right here. You're not going to see anyone else in the world have this ability to do. They don't have the ability to do any of this right here. I mean, this is why you signed up for the Photoshop Masterclass, how to stop being a peasant and become a professional. This is why you paid the big bucks. You see, look at that. It's almost perfect now. Is it perfect? No. It's because we're not done. I'm not done crafting greatness. Just like you're not done being a massive disappointment to you and your family, as well as me. So that is done. I'm going to merge all into a new layer. I think that looks good enough. Oh, you know what? Again, I like to do charity work here for the peasants sometimes. So I'm just going to make a quick selection. And I'm going to use that existing lamp. Just kind of move it into place. Just like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's good enough. It's fine. Again, Command J. Copy and paste it. Use the warp tool. Or the warp function, as I like to call it. Okay. Come back to that layer. Get rid of that. And that's fine. It's enough. It's enough, little Jimmy. It does not have to be perfect, okay? Doesn't have to be perfect. Even though everything I do is perfection. It is absolute perfection. And there we go. I'm going to call that main bath 1. It's always a good idea to make sure that you can spell. Again, I know that's hard for you. I do know that's difficult to do sometimes. Putting letters together to form words. Hey, I get it. Life is not easy when you're a peasant. I understand. I understand where you are coming from. Okay. There's a flash in the mirror. I want to get rid of that. And that's exactly what I'm going to do now. And again, we just can't be bothered to change light bulbs, you know? We can't be bothered to really do anything when we're peasants. We lack motivation and determination. Unlike me. I need you to change the light bulbs at your home. I need you to change the light bulbs in your kitchen and your bathroom. If a light bulb goes out, just change it. I mean, it's not that difficult. Oh, it's not that difficult. Sometimes it can take so long just to get through the basics because, these photographers and real estate agents, somebody's got to be in the shot. Somebody's in the view of the mirror, It's like, gosh, look, I know you want to be me. All right, I get it. Everybody wants to drive around in a Lambo drinking Mountain Dew. I get it. I understand where you're coming from. That doesn't mean that it's going to happen. Okay? Only a few of us are going to be able to drive around in Lambos. Oh, I have to delete that sharpen pass. Again, I need things to be perfect, unlike you. So again, I'm just going to do the same thing here. And that's fine. That's fine, little Jimmy. It's fine. Just pay attention. That's all I ask. Just pay attention, okay? If you don't pay attention today in today's Photoshop class, I will have to make another phone call to your parents to let them know how you are still a massive disappointment. And I overdid it that time. I overdid it because I'm sitting here thinking about how you are a constant disappointment. Oh, gosh. It's just sad. Can't say it enough. Okay, come back in there. Hopefully. Oh, not so much. Watch this. Look at that. Have you ever seen someone use the eraser tool with such efficiency and proficiency? No. You have not. You have never ever seen that. And these are taking way too long for my liking. I was supposed to be done with this entire property like 7 minutes ago. Okay, that is done. Moving on to the final basic image. Pay attention. Pay attention. We're probably going to do the exact same thing that we've been doing for the last 10 minutes. Yeah, I know. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in. Go ahead and guzzle down another Mountain Dew. Today's sponsor of the video. Mountain Dew is delicious. It is packed with amino acids, nutrients, vitamins, minerals, electrolytes. Yeah, it also has a lot of other stuff that you probably shouldn't look at on the ingredient list. Don't worry about the ingredients. Just buy it and drink it and consume it because they're paying me to endorse them. They paid me a lot of money actually. Way more money than I thought they would, but that's the kind of thing, that's the kind of quality that Mountain Dew can bring to the table. They brought the check. They brought the right amount of cheddar to me. I said, yeah, these figures look right. I will endorse you. I will endorse you throughout this live stream international worldwide broadcast here on the world's #1 streaming website, YouTube. Mountain Dew knows that they're going to get a lot of revenue just from this live stream. I will probably be endorsing them again in the very near future. Mountain Dew is awesome. Mountain Dew is absolutely incredible. Just flip it. Just flip it if you're going to use it. Since we're looking in the opposite direction, just flip it. Oh. Whoa. Things are getting crazy, kind of like you. So just flip it. And really looks like crap, doesn't it? It sure does, boy. Okay, that's a little bit better. I think. I don't know. Yeah, it's all garbage, but honestly, we're just gonna move on. I'm gonna merge all those onto a new layer, and then we're gonna move on. I don't feel like the real estate agents deserve me editing their photos for a significant amount of time. I really shouldn't have to put a lot of time into these. They don't deserve it. I mean, honestly, we're charging them. Okay, here's the advanced images. Timmy, pay attention. We're charging the realtors as a company, so it's not like I get to send them my invoice for editing, even though I do sometimes. A lot of them won't actually pay. I'm actually going through litigation right now, and collection agencies to try and get these people to pay me. I feel like they should be paying me, even though they've already gotten their invoice from the company and they've already paid it. To me, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. And as you can tell, Adobe Bridge glitches out. That's Paddington Bear right there, and the little pig guy. And these are the books that you probably have in your room right now, along with Elmo and Turtles and more Paddington Bear stuff. Paddington Bear is cool. I like Paddington. I liked him when I was a child. Now I'm an adult that drives Lamborghinis, unlike you that's still playing with children's toys. So back to the point about the realtors and how they should be paying me more money. They really, really should be paying me more money, though. Again, I like to give myself about 30 seconds for each image. 30 seconds. And that's just because the realtors, they don't deserve more time than that. They really don't. And I'm just going to make a quick selection right there with this thing over here. This is called the toolbar right over here. You can see all these icons. These are the tools in Photoshop. There's a lot of them, I know. Don't even try and count. I know you can't count that high. I use this one, this lasso tool, and it does this. It makes very blocky shapes, and I love to do that for square windows like this. It's very, very easy to do. And then I just like to click this button over here. This is the mask. Yeah. Yeah, it's the mask icon. So it's basically just going to hide everything other than that selection once I pop in that mask. See? Just like that. Today's pro tip: white means it's visible, black means it's not visible when it comes to the mask. You're welcome. So, yeah. Oh boy, it's glitching out pretty bad here. I don't even know if it can function anymore. It's like having a short circuit meltdown. Kind of like you when I ask you to pay attention. So, there's a flash in the Paddington Bear frame picture thing. You know what this is more than I do. It's not my stuff, it's yours. This is probably your room, right here. Yeah, this is definitely your room over here. Oh gosh. Why are you here? I mean, honestly, what? This is an adult. This is a Photoshop class for adults. Why are children in here? I shouldn't have to put. You must be 18 years old to enter, because there's nothing graphic or inappropriate here. But I mean, I really thought that adults were going to show up. Apparently, it's just a group of drooling toddlers. And more kindergartners. I thought we were past kindergarten, but apparently, no, we're not. It's still daycare, babysitting, that's all this is. For the peasants, the peasants that decided to reproduce and have children. I get to watch their little peasant children, apparently now. Isn't that something? Isn't that something fun? Okay, everything's looking pretty good. That took more than 30 seconds, so I'm definitely going to be billing this particular real estate agent twice. They already paid their invoice for this job, but I will personally be, again, Bridge is just all wonked out. It's all wonked out today. I don't know. I keep saying I was supposed to get on a flight and go out to California to take over Adobe, but I got busy with endorsement deals and contracts and things like that, so I didn't have time. I did not have time last week to fly out to Adobe and take over their head corporate office. So I have to get on top of that because Adobe is just absolute trash, garbage dumpster fire trash. Their programs, it never ceases to amaze me how trashy and glitchy they are. I mean, it's just a constant disappointment, kind of like you. Adobe really is bad. We get faster processors, we get better computers all the time, and yet Photoshop just seems to get worse and worse. It is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun having to deal with peasants and trash. Peasants and trash. Peasants and trash. Okay. Is this your room? Is this the room that you stay in with all of the cute little stuffed animals? Is this your room? Oh boy. Okay, I'm using what's called the pen tool. And I'm just going to go around these objects right here, like this. This is probably like baby ointment or something. I don't know. You know what this stuff is for. You're the one that has your mother use it on you. This is probably where she changes your diapers 57 times a day, Yeah. Yes. So, use the pen tool when you need to make soft curves around objects like this cute little bunny here. What's his name? Peasant, what's his name? What did you name your little bunny rabbit? What did you name your little bunny rabbit? Is it Theodore? Is it Alvin? Did you name him after one of the chipmunks? Is it Simon? I don't know. You tell me. You're the one that named him. It's your little stuffed bunny rabbit. Okay, there's a bit of a reflection in there, so I'm just going to come in here very, very carefully. Very, very carefully. And click that. Click it once. Boom. Just like that. Folks, have you ever in your life seen anything this majestic? Yes, my editing is majestic. Kind of like a lion on top of a mountain, looking upon all of his potential prey. All of the other peasants. A metaphor, perhaps. Okay, I'm going to use this one. I'm going to pop in a mask, and I'm just going to brush it in very carefully. Don't want to go too crazy here. Pop in an adjustment layer so I can get it nice and bright, and you can probably hear my mouse pad. I am certain that you can hear my mouse pad. It's actually a brushed chrome, custom-made, handmade mouse pad. It's not one of those lame Razer, Acer, MSI, lame, cheap crap, PC brand nonsense, junk Chinese garbage. No. Mine was literally handmade. It was handmade by Japanese samurais. Yeah. It's not even a joke. It was literally made by, handmade by Japanese samurais. And yes, they still have samurais practicing traditional Japanese culture. It's not all weird anime stuff over there and weird degenerate crap, that I'm sure you know about all that. No, we're talking about warriors. We're talking about warriors right now in Japan. Yeah. That still practice traditional old school martial arts. You wouldn't know anything about that. You don't know anything about combat. You're a peasant who is probably afraid to walk outside and even look at the sun, and things like that. It's sad. It's just sad. It's just sad, folks. It really, little Timmy here is a very sad little child. And again, I blame your parents. I blame you, and I blame your parents. I blame everyone in your family. It's a family of peasants, I'm sure. And that's that. But back to my mouse pad. It is unbelievable. I can't tell you how much money it cost to have samurais craft this mouse pad. It's unbelievable. I can't even tell you how much I had to spend. I literally had to fly to Osaka, Japan, a few years ago and tell them I had to basically build a custom specification sheet for them. I had to lay out the blueprint of exactly my custom needs as far as mouse pads that I needed. Again, I have a custom made keyboard. I've talked about this previously. I'm going to talk about it again some more. It was made in Germany. My mouse pad was made in Japan. I'm going to save where my mouse was made for another live stream. That is a story in itself. I mean, I'm saving that for another live stream. I'm not going to talk about it right now. I will let you in on some details as far as the mouse pad and the keyboard goes, though. Right now, how those were made. I told you this before. I'll say it again. My keyboard was made in Japan. Germany. By German craftsmen. It's completely custom. It cost over $7,000. Again, I know you have a cheap Best Buy Chinese-made piece of garbage that costs like $18. I know. You don't have to tell me that. I already know. I already know. I already know everything about you, so it doesn't matter. But the story about this keyboard, it's insane because it took a team of 10 German guys to make this. Like, these are true craftsmen. Two of them, God bless them, two of them died during the production of this keyboard. God bless them. Literally 2 people died making this. I mean, I could put together a documentary as to how this was made and what was actually required to build my keyboard, my custom German handmade keyboard. It's unbelievable. Again, Helmut and Olaf were their names. Rest in peace, guys. I will not forget you. I cherish the work that you put into my custom handmade German keyboard. Olaf and Helmut. I dedicate this live stream to you guys. You were true German craftsmen, and your deaths will not be in vain. Your deaths will not be in vain. Also, I will avenge your deaths by taking it out on the peasants here in my Photoshop class. The peasants. That is you. You are a peasant. You do not get amazing sponsorship deals like I do from Home Depot. No. Again, Home Depot came with the check. They came with the cash. They came ready with the numbers, the figures, the financial stats. It's all I needed to know. I said, guys, are you ready? Do you really want me to endorse Home Depot? They said, we're not even going to answer yes or no. They literally slid a check across the desk with a number on it. I took one look. I said, you got a deal. You've got a deal. You know exactly what the deal is. And you have just secured yourself the best deal of your life as a corporation. Yeah. Therefore, we will be spending the next hour and a half talking about how awesome Home Depot is. If you need lumber, go to Home Depot. They have countless types of lumber and wood for building homes, buildings. If you need a hammer, they have like 18 different kinds of hammers at Home Depot. I do not know. Don't quote me on this. I could be wrong, but I think they carry jackhammers there. Yeah. You know, the giant pneumatic hammer that has handles that you hold on to. I'm sure you watch a lot of cartoons where the cartoon characters are like bouncing up and down on them, like Looney Tunes. Yeah, that's the jackhammer. I believe they carry those at Home Depot for probably like $1,000. That's not a lot. If I ever need a jackhammer, I'm going to Home Depot. I mean, there's no questions asked. Yeah. If somebody said, we need a jackhammer for this project, I would say we're going to Home Depot. Not Lowe's. Lowe's is trash. Lowe's is for the peasants. Home Depot is for the it's for the professionals. You know, the professional architects and home builders and things like that. Developers. That's basically what I am. I am a developer. I develop communities, neighborhoods. I build very large properties. I used to be involved heavily in property ownership and then flipping those homes for a massive deal. That was fun for a while, but I kind of grew out of that, and now I just prefer to build very large estates for, I don't want to call them peasants, because they do have a little bit of money, but I'll call them peasants. I mean, if we're going to compare them to me, I'll call them peasants. You know, that's what they are. I mean, pretty much everybody is a peasant compared to me, so I guess it's not really that fair when nobody is on my level, you know. That's why Home Depot came to me and said, hey, we could definitely use a boost in revenue this year. Can you sign this check and then we'll sponsor you on YouTube? And I said, yeah, all right, no problem. That works. I like the amount that you wrote on this check. So, yeah, we can definitely do that. His name was Jim. The guy securing the deal for Home Depot, Jim. Jim, if you're listening, I'm going to give you a quick shout out here. That was really good. Thank you for coming and not wasting my time. You came and showed up to the meeting. You were ready. You opened your briefcase. There was nothing in it except a check. That was cool. I appreciated that little touch. So again, shout out to you, Jim. Thank you for not wasting my time. Thank you to Home Depot for creating a wonderful store. Thank you for creating and helping to stock awesome products that professionals like to use. I can see why Jim has been with the company for so long. He knows what he's doing. He definitely knows what he's doing over there at Home Depot. Head corporate office. Thanks again, Jim. Thank you for not wasting my time, as all of the peasants have done every time I have ever interacted with them. Every time the peasants show up to my Photoshop masterclass, they just seem to be obsessed with wasting time. I don't quite understand why. I think they find it funny to waste the time of a professional Photoshop wizard. I don't really understand why, though. Again, I mean, it probably just comes down to the fact that they are despicable peasants, you know, little rat goblin people, little rats. You know, it's sad. I can't say it enough. Unlike Jim at the Home Depot. Again, Home Depot is awesome. If I ever need nails and screws and a hammer, you know where I'm going to go. It's not Lowe's. Again, that's a trashy store for trashy people. That's basically the Walmart of hardware stores. You know, I mean, even Ace Hardware is above Lowe's. Everybody knows that. Ugh, Lowe's, gross. Ugh, I feel dirty just mentioning their name. Ugh. You know, and also they reached out to me and they asked if I wanted to partner up with them. I said, show me the check. What kind of money are you going to bring to me? It was beyond pathetic. It was beyond pathetic. Lowe's, if you're listening, you wasted my time. You are a terrible hardware store, and Home Depot will always be better than you. Will always be better than you. We have 10 advanced images and we have 3 done. The one that I just did was a little bit more time consuming, so I'm going to bounce around here a little bit. And I'm going to do the ones that are a little bit easier. That way it's also easier for you to focus on with your peasant brain. I know it can be difficult. I know it can be difficult, so I'm going to make things a little bit easier for you. Maybe you want to perk up with an ice cold Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew just came out with the brand new Baja Blast. That is delicious. They also have Mountain Dew Code Red. Again, delicious. And they also just came out with a limited edition Mountain Dew. It's called Liberty Brew. I'm going to say that one more time. Liberty Brew. It has the Statue of Liberty on it. I'm not even kidding. How American is that? If you don't feel patriotic, just hearing the word, just hearing the name Mountain Dew, Liberty Brew, then you're probably not an American. And if you are in America and you don't feel patriotic hearing Mountain Dew, Liberty Brew, if you're not feeling patriotic, I will ask you now to leave, please. Not only exit my Photoshop class, but exit America if you're not feeling patriotic right now. If you do not feel patriotic when you look at a can of Mountain Dew that has the Statue of Liberty on it, you are not an American. I do not salute you. You are not a patriot, sir. Well, sir, peasant. Ugh. Yeah, you're not a patriot. You're just a peasant. That's all you are. I love Mountain Dew, though. Gosh, that is good. I do love that Baja Blast that they just came out with. Boy, is that good. Gosh, look, it's tangy. It's tangy. And it's health fact of the day. It only has 422 grams of sugar and 89 grams of carbohydrates. I mean, how good is that? It's literally healthier than water. Don't drink water, drink Mountain Dew. Only peasants drink water. That stuff isn't even good for you. They debunked that a long time ago. It's all about Mountain Dew now. Go buy Mountain Dew. Go buy Mountain Dew. You need to go and spend money on today's endorsements. If you're not, you are not an American. You're a peasant. Again, you're just a peasant. I wish I could stand up and salute you, but I know that you're not patriotic enough to command my respect in that regard. So we're just going to move on. We're going to move on and we're going to talk about what is in my nightstand next to my bed. And you already guessed it. It's a couple Rolex watches. Yeah, that's right. Again, Rolex came with the check. It came with the cheddar. They said, how much money do you want? What I did is I just wrote down on a piece of paper. It was a notepad piece of paper, like what the peasants use. I wrote it down. Again, I slid it across the desk. Neither of us said a word. We both got up and we shook hands. That's it. It's literally all that happened. I met with the head CEO of Rolex. He said, "Do you want to partner up?" I did not say a word in the meeting. I wrote down the number, wrote down the figure on that piece of paper. I slid it to him. He smiled. We stood up. We shook hands as men do. We shook hands. We knew that we were now entering into a contract of honor. A contract of honor. And that neither of us were going to weasel out of our contractual duties. Because that's what men do, not peasants like you. You're a weasel. Okay? I already know everything about you. You are a weasel. What is Photoshop doing? You are a weasel. Okay? So, fast forward about 10 days, and here we are. We are literally sponsored by Rolex. I love Rolex watches. Oh, boy. And even if I wasn't sponsored by them, I would still wear their watches because they're that good. They're classic timepieces. You know, they really are excellent. They have that reputation for a reason. Mine was custom built. They usually don't custom build Rolex watches unless you command that type of respect. And of course I do. I command that type of respect. You do not. You're a peasant. You're just a pet. You're never going to own a custom built, handmade, precise timepiece like what Rolex gave to me. I literally didn't even have to pay. When I secured the contract with Rolex, they built me another custom Rolex watch. They sent it to me in the mail. They knew what I was looking for based on my previous design in custom shop Rolex. And they basically built me another one with a slight variation. I mean, it's literally perfect. It was a complete surprise. It came with a note attached that said, "Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you." Didn't say anything else other than that. That was it. I'm telling you, these people are wonderful. That's why I partnered up with Rolex to begin with. They're an excellent company. You know, they really are excellent. It's basically what I create is just excellence, you know. Excellence helps to breed excellence. You know, when you yourself are excellence, you want to be surrounded by other people that are also excellence. I mean, that's really what we're talking about here, folks. That's it. That's it. It's what it comes down to. The job that I do here in Photoshop is not only perfect, it gains the attraction and attention of people worldwide. I mean, I'm not talking about peasants. I'm talking about prime ministers, presidents, the CEOs of massive corporations that are bigger than government. Yeah, hello. I get that type of attention. You should see my fax machine right now. It's literally spitting out faxes right now. And those are all contract endorsement deals that people are trying to send to me. I'm probably going to have to unplug my fax machine sometime this afternoon. It's unbelievable. They don't stop. It literally keeps me up at night. The fax machine. You just hear it printing out the things. That's it. It's all it is. All night, all day, all night. I'm going to have to retire because at a certain point, as much as I love these companies and I love these people, I'm only one wizard in this world. I can't satisfy the needs of every single, wonderful corporation like Rolex. I'm only going to be able to do this for so many years before I get bored. I'll be honest. I'll get bored eventually. And I'll probably move on to some other financial form of adventure, financial adventure. That's what I call these. These are just, they're all temporary. Nothing can hold my attention when it comes to these things because I'm constantly elevating myself. Unlike you, who can be distracted by a shiny ball or something like that, I get bored easily. You need to grab my attention. I'll give you 4.5 seconds. If you can't get my attention in that time, then you're dead to me. It's basically that simple. It is that simple. So, Rolex is awesome. I love Mountain Dew. Not gonna leave them out. Home Depot, yeah, you're on the map now. Say hello to success. You're welcome. You are welcome. And of course, last but not least, Lamborghini. Yeah, Lambo. Right here. Lambo. Again, that's not my Lambo. Mine is better. Of course, that was custom made as well. Why would you even ask that question? Yeah, it was custom made. Oh my gosh. It's like you don't even know me right now. I mean, it's like you're not listening. When a king speaks, all you should be doing is, remain silent. That's it. Remain silent when the wizard talks. When the wizard speaks. When the wizard talks. What is this? Okay, we have to move on from that. We have to move on from this image because there's so much happening. It's basically frying my brain right now. So we're gonna call this Lanai 1, and then I'm gonna use this as the outside. Again, we're using Camera Raw. It comes with Photoshop. It's excellent. I love it. I hate Adobe, but I love Camera Raw. You probably think that Adobe Lightroom is amazing. I've addressed this before. I will continue to address it. If you're using Adobe Lightroom, you need to exit my classroom. That's all there is to it. This is a Photoshop professional masterclass that costs $499 to attend. If you have not paid that amount already, I will be sending you to collections because you should not have made it past security if you didn't already pay money. I may have to call security. And no, I'm not going to call the wimpy school security. I'm going to call my private security. They're basically mercenaries. You don't want to get in their way. They are literal mercenaries. They just got back from the Middle East. My crew, they got back from the Middle East, hunting the bad guys, taking them out, taking a stand for this little thing called freedom in America. You ever heard of it? You ever heard of that thing? It's called democracy, folks. Need you to get on board. Need you to get on board now. Otherwise, I will deem you to be a threat to democracy. Okay? Again, this thing, I got to get out of here. I got to get you out of here by having my private mercenary crew escort you out of my Photoshop class because you're a bum peasant that didn't pay the tuition fee of $584. I need to raise that price. Actually, that's really cheap. It needs to be like $5,000. Even though I know you peasants can't afford it, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to do it. Hold on here. Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay, let's take a look. As you can see, it's too dark over here. It's way too. Let me see this. Hold on. Oh, let me select one. Let me select a layer. Okay, there we go. It's too dark over there. I'm going to have to create a quick selection. And you can already guess what it is that I'm about to do. Well, probably not. You probably Ugh. Who knows what you're doing over there? I don't want to know. Okay. Okay. Oh boy, this is getting tricky, folks. This is why I make the big bucks. Oh, look at this. This is why I'm about to have security escort you out. Pay attention. Pay attention, peasant. Alert, alert, peasant. Pay attention. Okay, that's good enough, I think. I think that's good enough. It's too dark. I don't like it. Need to brighten it up. Brighten it up. Yep, like that, like that. Oh boy. Oh boy. We got another problem here, folks. It's the chairs. Have you ever heard of a chair? Do you know what a chair is? Okay. I am definitely taking a break. I'm getting a massive headache from dealing with you toddlers all day. Having to show you how to use Photoshop. Why do you not know Photoshop yet? I mean, honestly. Did you even install it yet? Probably not. You probably just stumbled in here, dazed and confused. You probably just woke up or something at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Probably stayed up all night watching Cartoon Network again. Oh, gosh. Install Photoshop. Okay, when you install it, come back to me. And then we can go from there. Okay, but now it's too light over here, so I'm going to have to brush this in. Which one do I want to use? I might try this one. I'm definitely taking a break. I have to... Oh, gosh, after dealing with these ridiculous peasants, I have to decompress for like 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. I have to go for a quick cruise in my Lambo. Today's sponsor. I have to go for a quick cruise. Oh, gosh, this is ridiculous. Why am I having to show you how to do these things? You already know, don't you? Do you not know how to do these things? It's still a little too dark in the sky area. So I'm gonna paint that in just like, okay. It's hard to take all these and truly craft greatness, but yet again, I am on my way to success, unlike you. Unlike you. Okay, that's decent. I'm going to merge all onto a new layer. If you don't know the shortcut to merge all onto a new layer, open up Google and Google it, okay? You can use Google. I know that you were born with an iPad in your hands because your parents were so incompetent that they just said, oh, little Timmy's too difficult to deal with, so just put an iPad in his hand and, have him drink a 2-liter of Mountain Dew every hour. That way he's nice and relaxed, just give him whatever Timmy wants. Timmy, the little spazoid over here. Okay, these are okay. They're not these, again, that thing over there. And what is this thing in the corner? Do you even see that? Did you see this speck of dirt? Look at this. Wow, just like that, it's gone. That is incredible, folks. This is why you pay $20,000 in tuition to watch me edit photos in Photoshop. This is why. Okay, these have a decent base. This is going to need color. It's going to need contrast. It's not done. Stop jumping to conclusions like the peasant you are. Here's the basics. These are okay. They're okay. All right, they're not the best. They're not the best. I'm trying to rush through this, little Timmy, because I'm already over this whole teaching you Photoshop thing. So I'm going to take a break. I have to go for a quick cruise in my Lambo. Hang out with the guy from Home Depot for a minute. That's Jason, this dude over here. This is Jason right here. He's good people. He works at Home Depot. He helped me find a hammer like 2 weeks ago at Home Depot. So Jason's good people. The people at Rolex are good people, of course, and Mountain Dew and the Lambo. That's what I'm about to go into my garage. I'm going to walk into my garage and just go for a quick cruise. Okay. I'm going to leave the sponsors up. Because I want you to go and buy their products and consume them. That way I get paid more money. but I will be right back in about 5 minutes. So just stay tight. Look at your iPad or do whatever. I honestly don't really even care at this point. So just sit there. All right, peasants, we are back, and I am feeling so much better. I'm feeling so much better after that quick ride in the Lambo. Oh gosh, it is a beautiful day outside today. Absolutely gorgeous. I just cruised down by the beach. The girls are out. The sun is out. It's incredible, folks. I don't know where you're at, but I am living in luxury. I am living in luxury driving Lambos. I love Lamborghini. They are incredible, and yes, I will definitely be going back to the beach once I am done today with today's properties. I'm going back down there. You're crazy if you think I'm missing sunset today. Sunset with all the brunettes and blondes down there. It's getting crazy out there, folks. I'm telling you. You should see it when I pull up with the neon orange drop top Lambo. The girls just flock. It's something. I'm telling you. But back to Photoshop and stuff. I'm not gonna sit here and brag about reality. Yeah, we're here to learn. I'm here to teach you, the peasants, how to use Photoshop. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and brag about how I have a Lambo and. The girls go crazy every time they see it. It's just a fact, all right? It's just a fact. It goes with the territory. When you are a Photoshop wizard and you made millions by using Photoshop and you can now afford Lamborghinis, it just goes with the territory, So hopefully during the break you were able to go out and pick up some Mountain Dew, and get perked up for Photoshop. Get perked up to learn how to use the pen tool. This is what I'm using now. I don't know if you've heard of this tool yet. If you have not, let me introduce you to it. It's called the pen tool. I've been using it for the last hour and a half or maybe 30 minutes. I don't know. Again, if you don't know what it does, it basically helps to create paths, plural. It creates a path around different objects, and then you can mask in those objects and mask out certain objects. Yeah, you can basically add things and then remove things. Kind of like how I would like to remove you from my classroom right now for being such a low IQ peasant that has the attention span of a lizard. Again, pick up some Baja Blast Mountain Dew if you need some energy in order to pay attention. Baja Blast is my favorite Mountain Dew flavor. I do love Code Red. Actually, my favorite Mountain Dew flavor is obviously Liberty Brew. Yeah, Liberty Brew. I mean, that's insane. It's like Mountain Dew partnered up with America and said, let's make the most patriotic soft drink of all time. And they did it. They actually did it. It's called Liberty Brew by Mountain Dew. That rhymes. I mean, that's how awesome that is. It even rhymes. It's patriotic. The veterans and the soldiers fighting for our freedoms right now over in the Middle East love it. I love it. You probably don't because you're not patriotic. That is very disrespectful. If you do not like Liberty Brew made by Mountain Dew, I will chalk that up. I will tally that up as being anti-American. Okay, that is not okay. You are now the enemy of America. You are now on America's Most Wanted. Like that show with that guy, John Walsh. America's Most Wanted. You are now number one. Numero uno. Yeah. Yep. Wanted. Peasant wanted for being un-American and non-patriotic. That is you. Those are very heavy charges. Trust me, you do not want to get convicted in a court of law for being unpatriotic. or anti-American. No. No, you do not. That carries a very heavy, stiff fine and prison time. Yeah. You don't want to go there. Trust me. You do not want to go there. You do not want to go there. If you need an attorney, well, I was going to say if you need an attorney, I'll give you my attorney, but you can't even afford the retainer for that attorney, so that's off the plate. Definitely not giving you my attorney's information. You can call the public defendants if you get in trouble. Just do that. Just call the public defendant. You probably don't know anything about the law anyways, so you're basically screwed. If they offer you some sort of plea deal for whatever law you broke, just take it. That's probably the best you're gonna get. You're probably doing all sorts of weird, shady, illegal activity. I don't want to know about it. Again, the less I know about you, the better. I'm just here to be your instructor for Photoshop today. I don't need to know what sort of lewd activities you're involved in. I don't want to know. Again, you're a peasant, so you're gonna do peasant things. How did you make it into my class? Do we not do background checks here? Seriously, are we not doing background checks? Gosh, I need to get my producer in here and start grilling him. I need to grill him and ask him questions. What are we doing here? How did you get in here? I know that you have some sort of criminal background. I know that for a fact. Just looking at you, I can tell that you've done illegal things. I don't even need to see do a background check on you. I already know. I've got you tacked down. I already know what you're about. And being successful in Photoshop more than likely is not one of those things that you're about. I can guarantee that. But seriously, we really do need to start doing background checks. This is kind of ridiculous. The fact that you're in my class. I feel like we're moving further away from doing a Photoshop instructional masterclass, and I feel things have moved away from that, and now I'm doing a Scared Straight episode with a bunch of convicts or something, This is getting really bizarre. I'm trying to teach people how to use the pen tool here, and not do an episode of Scared Straight to keep you out of jail. Give me a break. What is this? Again, using the pen tool, I'm going to pop in a mask. Look at your reflections. Is there a mirror? Is there some sort of glass? Is there something happening where something is being reflected? You have to include the reflections as well. If there's a gigantic mirror on the wall, you're basically going to have to do everything twice. I'm sorry, it just goes with the territory. If you want to be the best, you're never going to be the best. Look, if you want to be okay and decent, you're going to have to spend the time and put in the effort. That's all there is to it. Quit being a bum. Quit being a vagrant. Quit being a peasant. You need to aspire to be like me. That's really all there is to it. That's all there is to it. And I'm not going to leave this as it is. And I'm not even going to bother getting those little points. I don't care. Sometimes I just don't care. Kind of like how I feel about you, to be honest. I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to brush it. I'm just clicking a few times. I don't want it to be too dark. Just going to have to find a happy point. It can't be too bright or too dark. Again, I'm going to have to come back to this image and make more color correction adjustments. But back to how you are a convicted convict and a criminal. That's kind of scary. I know that you can't obtain work anymore because you have felonies on your record and you had to actually serve prison time. So it's like really difficult for you to get jobs outside of doing hard labor like construction and stuff. I get it. But you need to leave my class right now before I have private security escort you out. Okay. If you could just grab your iPad and head out, that would be great, little Jimmy. That would be great. This class is for professionals, not convicts and peasants. Okay? It's for people that want to drive a Lamborghini. If that's not you, you're not headed in the right direction in life. You're headed into a brick wall driving a Honda Civic, probably. I don't know what you're... Again, I don't want to know what you drive. I don't want to know anything about you. You're probably driving a 2012 Honda Civic, though. I already know it. Or a Nissan Altima. That is what you're driving right now. You're driving what everybody else drives because you're a peasant. And you just don't aspire to do anything greater in life. I can't help that. I cannot help you if that's you. There's nothing I can do to make you better. You have to do it. Nobody's going to make you better. Right? You made poor life decisions throughout your entire life, and here you are groveling before my feet, trying to have me teach you to use Photoshop? No, that's not how this is gonna work. That's not how this is gonna work. You have to do the work yourself. You have to stop being a bum. Okay? Today's pro tip, do not be a bum. Do not be a wino vagrant that loves to drink wine. Okay? Don't be like that. Be a professional that loves to drink Mountain Dew and drive Lamborghinis. If you can aspire to that, even if you can't attain that ever, which you probably won't, you can do the Mountain Dew thing. The Lambo thing, no. Even if those are your goals, though, your life will be infinitely better. Because, stick with me, you have a goal, and you're trying to accomplish that goal. That's right. If you don't have any goals set for yourself, then it's probably just gonna, like I said a minute ago, you're probably just gonna crash, and you're gonna crash your Nissan Altima into a brick wall, or your Honda Civic, whatever. I don't care. I do not care what kind of hoopty you're driving right now. You know, I can't be bothered to care when I'm driving a neon orange Lamborghini, wearing Rolex watches, getting sponsored by Home Depot and Mountain Dew. I can't be bothered. I just cannot. And I'm just dabbing it in. Just dabbing it in. If I make a mask around that window, it's kind of time not spent well because it'll probably just be too dark. It won't end up looking that great anyways. So I'm just dabbing it in over there. Yeah. And look at that. That is a Ninja bread maker. That's luxury. Is it a bread maker? I'm pretty sure it makes bread. It probably has Wi-Fi on it too. So you can hook it up to your TV or something too. You know, it probably has Netflix and YouTube apps installed on it. Because why would it not? That's what peasants like you enjoy, is YouTube and Netflix and all the other garbage nonsense. You know, you need those things to be bundled into your bread maker. Even though I love this, they're not sponsoring us. Nope. They may in the future. They may in the future. They're not sponsoring us right now, though. I do love Ninja products. They are a reputable manufacturer of high quality products. I'm not gonna lie. Even though it's cheap Chinese junk, I think they're still fantastic. Ninja, reach out if you want to sponsor this channel. Send me an email at, again, Mr10million at gmail.com. Again, Mr10million at gmail.com. If you are not Ninja, do not send an email to that address. Don't do it. I'm sure you're probably typing that out right now. Oh, I'm going to type it out. I'm going to send him an email. No, you're not. You're not. If I find out it was you, I will destroy you. For loading up my spam folder with spam. Spam. It's probably what you eat. It's probably what you eat. You probably eat ramen and spam. Ugh, I'm gonna puke. Gross. Ugh. Oh, gosh. I have to get... This is the last image. I hope you're paying attention. Pay attention to the tools that I'm using and how I'm using them. That's it. I'm not teaching you. If you're not following along at this point, you're done. Your mind is done. You're toast. You have no ambitions in life. I cannot be bothered to care at this point. We've been here for over 5 hours now, live streaming. I just cannot be bothered to care anymore. I'm going to command click the mask and then save that. Come over here like this. Boom. Just like that. And I'm going to cut right through those. I'm going to cut through the bananas and the croissant. That's French. It's croissant. I'm going to cut through the croissant and the banana. Croissants are delicious. I will say that much. Fill it in. Boom, boom, boom. Add it to the master path. It says work path, but I call it master path because I am the master. And it also sounds a lot cooler. Just sounds cooler than work path. That's kind of a peasant work. Now I equate that to peasantry. That's what you're all about. Work, hard labor, peasantry. That's you. You're not rolling around in a Lambo. Pfft, that was custom made for you. I know you're not. Your Nissan and Altima was not custom made. Stop. Stop. I don't care. I don't care if you put some weird muffler thing on your lame Honda Civic from 2001. You know, I mean, why are you driving that to begin with? It's not cool. It's lame. This is not Fast and the Furious. It's more like lame peasants or something. I can't even come up with something creative. Just thinking about you, literally, it sucks the resources from my brain, and I can't even be creative when I think of you. That's how much I despise you. I despise you so much that I have to take another quick break for 2.5 minutes. Again, the sponsors are going to stay up here. This is Jay. Where's he at? Yes, on the lower left-hand corner. I think that's Jay or Mike from Home Depot. I keep forgetting his name. Again, good people. I'll be right back, though. Just sit there and don't say anything. Okay, peasants. We will now return to Photoshop, and I'm gonna come in here real quick, and I'm gonna finish up this image, and I'm gonna make it. Oh, it did not look good. I'm gonna make this look absolutely glorious. Well, I don't know about glorious. I mean, it's just real estate photography. Let's not get too crazy here. But yeah, it will probably look glorious because I'm the one editing these photos. So I'm just coming in here with a hard brush, and I'm just kind of doing what I can with this hard brush. And if there's anything that I can't do with it, then I'll use another tool, you know? That's why Photoshop has many tools. When I was developing Photoshop in 1982, I said to myself and the team, I said, guys, we have to have a lot of tools instead of just one thing, or else we're never going to get through this. This product won't, its feet won't get off the ground. That's why we need a robust package for editing images. They all said, yeah, you're right, you're a genius. I said, I know. I don't care about compliments. Let's just focus on adapting and implementing more tools into Photoshop. And sure enough, we got right on that. And like 40 years later, here we are. It's a very good package for editing images. If you wanted to thank anyone for Photoshop, you can thank me. You know, even though I will basically laugh at you as you say thank you because you're a peasant, it won't go unnoticed. Your appreciation. I'll say that much. It will not go unnoticed. Yeah, it won't go unnoticed. Okay, so let me see what else. Yeah, it's too dark over here. So make a selection over there. Grab my soft brush. Do this. And again, this is the last image. We're almost out today. Today's kindergarten class is almost over. I can't wait to get you out of my class and never see your face again. I truly cannot wait. This is so much fun. After this, I'm going straight back to the beach. I don't have to worry about teaching peasants how to use Photoshop for the rest of the day. This is awesome. Peasantry 101 has concluded. Yes, how to be a peasant, apparently. I'm just going to rename the class How to Be a Peasant. You know, forget being a professional. We're dealing with people like you, so how to remain a peasant. In 12 easy steps, how to remain a peasant forever. Okay, where are we at? Let's count them. There's 10 and 5. Oh, nope, 7. Okay, 7 and 10. Now we're good. Now we can do a final review here. Okay, the colors are a little wonky here. What is it that this needs though? It's kind of looks like crap no matter what. That's not good. That's not good. No matter what direction I take the color temperature, it's got too much of something no matter what. Ah, boy. Okay, I think I'm just gonna blend a little bit of that. Yeah, it's too purple. It's too purple. How can I make the grass greener? It's already, I don't know. It's already, oh, it's wonky. It's all wonked. It's all wonked out. Before, after. Yeah. Ugh. I mean, it's a subtle change. Subtle change. The laundry room. This is by far the most important room of the entire house. I say it all the time. You got to make the laundry room look really, really good. Forget about the master bedroom. Nobody cares about that. It's all about the laundry room, folks. This is what's going to sell the house. This is what's going to sell the home and bring in millions of dollars for everyone involved, including me. Okay, this one came out came out okay. Yeah, it's all right. I'd rather these be in a safe neutral point than to overdo it with color correction and saturation and stuff. Don't be like this, you know. Don't go extreme here, little Timmy. Don't get all spazoid on me yet. Class is almost out. It's okay. You can go shove down like 14 2-liters of Mountain Dew in like 5 minutes. We're almost done. It's okay. Class is almost out. Just give me your attention for like another 2 minutes. And we'll be done. We'll be done with today's peasantry session. Today's lesson on how to be a peasant and remain a peasant. Presented by a Photoshop wizard that despises you. Yes. Okay. Let me zoom in. Is the photographer in the reflection? No, not really. This one, let me see something here. The colors, I'm not happy. I'm not happy with it, folks. Oh, I don't know. I just don't know. Let me see. Okay. Just going to brush that in a little bit. Just a tad. Just a tad. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, there we go. Such a small change. So what is this? What is this? Absolutely unacceptable. Unbelievable, folks. I mean, it really never ends, does it? And what is this over here on the left-hand side? Did you spot it? Oh, no, you didn't, because you're a peasant with peasant eyes. I pity you. I despise you. Look at how much cleaner that is. Just gorgeous, folks. Just gorgeous. Wow. Incredible. Okay, those are the basics. They're all right. Again, this is Paddington Bear. This is your room. This is where you sleep. This is your bed that has a little protector so that you don't hurt yourself. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. These, I might have to hold on to these. This one doesn't have enough contrast, and the, I guess it's like the yellows. I don't know. It's not where I want it to be. Where should it be, though? Oh no. Oh, look at that. Look at this imperfection. Fix it. That's good enough. Okay. Yeah, this one it's janked. It's all janky. It's janked up and wonked up. Wonked up. Okay. Oh boy, it's difficult to balance sometimes, folks. It's a balancing act. You're watching juggling in real time. I'm having to juggle a Photoshop class. I'm having to juggle editing this. I'm having to juggle holding your attention with your goldfish attention span. Oh boy, I don't know if I can handle it much longer, folks. It's getting crazy here. It's getting crazy here with the peasants. That's you. You are a peasant. Oh boy. What just happened? Okay. Needs contrast. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. I have to start invoicing this realtor for my editing services, even though they already paid the company's invoice. I'm sending them mine in like 5 minutes. For how much should I charge them? How much should I charge? 11,000, you think? No, I'm not going to charge them 11 grand for this. I mean, it's nice. It's coming out pretty good. I don't know if it's $11,000 worth good though. I don't think it's worth that much. 8,000 is probably that's more realistic. I'll charge them 8,500. Yeah, 8,500. I'm in a good mood today, so I'll charge them 8 grand. 8 grand, and if they don't pay, then I will send my private security team of mercenaries basically to deal with them. You know, I mean, if the realtors don't want to pay, they will have to deal with my mercenary group, my group of military combat veteran hardened group of security agents, and they will deal with them. How? Well, I guess the realtors are going to have to find that out if they don't ultimately pay for my editing services today. You know, I'm not going to say something is going to happen to them, bad or physical. First off, that's against the law. I am a law-abiding citizen. Unlike you, you're a peasant that breaks the law. You probably petty stuff, like you're a kleptomaniac and you steal from everywhere you go, and you jaywalk and you leave empty beer cans in the library because you go in there and drink, and it's just weird stuff, you know. I mean, that's you. Weirdo. How to be a weirdo 101. You should start that class and live stream it on YouTube. How to be a weirdo 101. How to be unsuccessful 101. How to ruin your life in 4 easy steps 101. That's you. Okay, unlike me. Unlike you, I have to get out of here and make sure that these look decent. I have to go right around in my Lambo. That Lamborghini, it's literally still on. I don't even turn the car off. I mean, I let it just sit there and idle because I don't want to have to push a button when I want to go cruise around in a Lambo. So I just leave it on. I leave the engine just turning. I mean, it's always turned over, obviously, but it's always on. I literally never even turn it off. I leave it in the driveway. It's awesome. I leave it in the driveway with the headlights on and the brights on. That way, when I want to see something that looks awesome, I just look out the window into the front driveway. And there it is. A neon orange drop top. Gosh, I mean, I can't even describe how awesome it is. When I finish this, I'm going for a ride in the Lambo again. You know for a fact that I'm putting on my Rolex, my favorite timepiece. I'm cruising up and down the strip at the beach, picking up the girls, hitting up the beach, watching the sunset, grabbing some dinner at the nicest spot out there. Of course, it's a Sky Bar. Of course, we're going to the Sky Bar. It's like on the 18th floor. It's unbelievable. At sunset, you should see this place. You're never going to see it because you're a peasant, but I'm going there probably in a few hours. It's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be absolutely ridiculous watching sunset with all the girls at the beach, at the Sky Bar, cruising up and down the strip with the Lambo. Oh, man. Unbelievable. At that time, it'll probably be bedtime for you anyways. So, just go ahead and grab Paddington Bear and Peppa Pig over here. Peppa Pig over there, and just get ready to go to sleep in a little bit, you know. I'm going to go out and have some fun. I'm going to go cruise. It's time to hit the strip. It's time to hit the strip and be done with this property. Come on. Get me out of here, Photoshop. What are you even doing? Jeez, oh Pete. It's almost not even worth it to make $10,000 in like 30 minutes anymore. I'm getting bored again. Getting bored with Photoshop. Being a wizard at Photoshop. Okay. All right. We're now in the fourth quarter. We're rounding out today's live stream. This is it. We got like 2 minutes left. So what I have to do now is cram all the endorsement deals in as much as possible. Home Depot is awesome. Mountain Dew is awesome. Lowe's is garbage. Don't go to Lowe's. Go to Home Depot. Rolex, I love you. Thank you for making my custom shop Rolex timepiece. I am literally going to put it on tonight when I go cruise the strip. It's going to be great. Thank you, Rolex. And of course, Lamborghini. Hello, my favorite car of all time. Again, it was custom made. And again, that statue over there, that thing, we should probably just toss it in the pool and be done with it. But as far as this property, I think we're basically done. There's still a few more things that I'm going to have to come back in like 2, 3, maybe 5 minutes and touch up, but it's pretty much done. It's basically done in the same way that I'm done with you, a peasant. Okay, you're now dismissed from today's masterclass Photoshop expert professional seminar. Oh, wait a minute. Before you go, let me do this. Okay, now class is up, class is out. Again, these aren't 100% final. Do need to come back to them, touch up a couple quick things, but overall, that wasn't bad for like an hour and a half of work. Again, you need to become the Terminator. You need to become the Flash when it comes to these things. Okay, if you want to be like me and earn not millions, but billions of dollars, you need to learn how to use Photoshop. So, having said that, this has been awesome. Thank you to today's sponsors: Home Depot, Mountain Dew, Lamborghini, and Rolex. Of course, I'm going to keep the sponsors up today for another 20 seconds. That's how awesome they are. Mike or Jason over at Home Depot, the guy on your screen, thank you for helping me find that hammer the other day. Again, Home Depot is massive. You should probably not walk in there. As the peasant you are, if you don't have knowledge of hardware like I do, you should probably not walk in there by yourself. Go with somebody that knows where things are at, because you will easily get lost and you will probably die of starvation because you won't be able to find your way out of the store. That's actually happened a few times to a couple people. I've seen that on the news. So again, Mike or Jay, I think his name is Jay, from Home Depot, the guy on your screen, he's awesome. Go to him if you need help at Home Depot. Mountain Dew, Rolex, we love you. Thank you so much for sponsoring today's international worldwide broadcast here on the world's #1 streaming website, YouTube. Again, I'm going to go pick up some Mountain Dew. I got to get ready to go out. I can't sit here with you peasants all day long. As much fun as I've had getting a massive migraine from dealing with you guys, today's Photoshop Masterclass is officially out. You are dismissed, and I am going to go cruise in the Lambo here in just a little bit. So I got to go get ready. Having said that, this has been awesome. It's been wonderful. I'm sure we'll be back real soon. That way you can continue to give me a massive headache. Having said that, thank you so much for tuning in and giving me that headache. It's been awesome. So hope you guys have a great one. Again, if you want to be like me, have hopes and aspirations. That way maybe you can no longer drive a Honda Civic. Maybe you could one day get a Lambo. That's not going to happen, but still, have hopes and aspirations and have a great one. Really, folks, make it a great one. Have a great weekend.